2 minutes.
Counting. Okay, there we go. That one there. There's on there. Tanker's on there. Off is on there. So it's a plastic section, which is new, and then it's going to transition to the cast iron. And just a lot of corrosion on there, and this rust will catch toilet paper, kind of like fish's scales. You see that big chunk of rust? If toilet paper's flowing through here, it'll stop on that big broken chunk of rust and obstruct. See all this broken pipe? It's crumbling. It's falling apart. It's in really bad shape. So there's chunks falling off, and then this is our. We pre-ran this recording, and we've seen big holes already and whatnot. But we're just doing another follow-up with the buyer's agent here, so she can see it in person. But yeah, there's just a lot of areas where there's major damage, chunks of rust that have fallen off and could impede the water flow. Yeah, there's some turns in here. And you can see the side, the left side is a huge crack. You see that crack? The whole thing is disintegrating and broken right there. And what will happen is when it rains, mud will wash through that huge crack on the left side of the screen. And there's a hole right there, and there's mud. You see the mud? So we're going to follow this crack on the left side of the screen, and we're going to come to a hole. That's a hole with mud coming out right there. So you follow the crack, and it comes to a... But the pipe's completely disintegrated right down that left side. And this is another, we talked about this on the last video. I didn't catch the crack on the video before this, but sometimes you run it through at different angles, you can catch different things. And this is just an offset with a possible major hole on the right side of the screen. And you can see there's a crack running on the top, towards the top of the screen. Now there's a bunch of cracks here. If you look, you can see cracks and holes. To the right side of the screen, there's a gaping hole. When it rains, mud will pour through holes like that, and be an issue. And then you look at the top of the screen, it's missing the top piece of the pipe. So that's kind of like mud right there, but we're kind of not going to get a good photo of that. Then there's a massive hole on the right side of the screen. You see that massive hole there? And a little bit of a offset here. See that left side, the pipe, you get just imagine two drinking straws, and you slightly put the two drinking straws together, like if you're going to combine the two straws. One is slightly to the left and one is slightly to the right, so they're not lined up. You want those straws to be completely lined up so you get good flow. So I'm just, saying that this was a drinking straw, but it's offset, and that will catch paper and human waste. Here you see this is the tree roots on the top left side. That's tree roots and mud coming through. Tree roots and mud coming through. Now a break on that top of the screen there. This is a semi-good joint, so this is what you would want to expect, is nice tight connections. That left side's not so tight, but just to let you know what something good would look like versus something bad. And you see there's a massive hole in this one here, so that's a really bad one. And then this is really damaged here. There's cracks and breaks all the way around this whole section here. Also here, there's cracks and damage. And there's some type of tie-in or a clean-out that might be hidden from us, that we don't know what that's coming from. But there's another misaligned pipe, you can see there's two pipes. It's supposed to be correctly butted together so you don't see the rim, but you can clearly see the rim. It's completely shifted, and it's catching water here. And your toilet paper will build up there and cause a stoppage. So it looks like somebody did a repair in the yard. So in the backyard, this is a new section of pipe where somebody has done a repair. And then at one point, I go underwater. So the repair that was done was probably not done permitted, and they didn't lay the pipe at the correct grade. So it's called bellied, and it's going underwater. So a pipe is supposed to be laid down at an angle where all the water flows out at a downhill angle. So kind of like a river, you want it to completely flow out of the pipe. Like most of the pipe we were already seeing was pipe that was without water. You're not supposed to have any water in this. And there's a good section about 8 feet where we're completely underwater. We're underwater right now. Underwater. Now we're going to come out of water in a little bit here. Now we're coming out of water. So there was a repair done here. It just wasn't done good, and it's failed. So there's brand new pipe where they changed so many feet. I can't tell exactly how many feet because it goes underwater, but there was a section of pipe that could be 15, 20 feet long, but I would say maybe 50 to 60% of it is compromised. And this is transitioning into the city main. And there's a slight offset here. Yeah. You can see the rim of the bluish greenish pipe. This is black ABS that we're in here, and then this is the bluish pipe, and it makes a transition to the city here, and this is the city main. Okay. So I don't want to go in there because there's a lot of people flushing their toilets and stuff, and I don't want to deal with that. Yeah. So that's basically what's going on. Hopefully that recording came out better, and we might play with